Rice farmers across Guyana have been urged to pay closer attention to lowering their cost of production in the face of global market challenges posed by a glut in the market. In a series of meetings in Region 3 and 6 this past week, the Agriculture Minister told farmers that even as government is set to inject some $2.7 billion in paddy price support, one of the major costs affecting production is exorbitant land rental fees being demanded by owners or leaseholders of lands, most of whom are overseas based. This cost, he said, is eating into the relief that government has been making available to farmers.
We have to work to reduce the cost of production. Because the government, from our side, we are making tremendous contribution to help you out. Last year, you know how much we put in the industry last year. But this year alone, 2025, in Region 6, approximately 62,000 acres planted this crop, this second crop. Last crop, 2020, or earlier this year, we had close to about 73,000 planted. Because the thing was late, the crop was late, some people didn't plant that. But last crop, we gave to the rice farmers in this country directly, cash directly in the pocket, $1.9 billion. $300 for every bag of paddy food. Because the price last crop also. And we said we'll make it to $4,000. Some people didn't receive it. We give fertilizer, we give chemical, and those things are contribution from the government, intervention from the government to ensure that you, the farmers, benefit. And then, this crop, or this year, the President announced that every farmer who cultivates an acre land or more will receive 1 bag of fertilizer per acre. We expanded last year, give half bag to an acre. This time we give 1 bag per acre. Some people collect 200-300 bags of fertilizer. Depending on the amount of rice they plant, the amount of acreage. That amounted to $2 billion alone for rice farmers for fertilizer. Then, last crop also, we had a paddy bug infestation. Y'all remember that y'all complained about paddy bug? Then we sat down a day and we decided how we will deal with it. Came up with the idea that we have to do the spraying at the dam and the mirrors. Farmers said that they get money to buy chemicals. Then they get money to pay laborer. I instructed GRDB that they must do it. Buy the chemical, you pay the laborer to do it. We were able to minimize the paddy bug infestation. A lot of people last crop was saved on the paddy bug. And then we heard when this time around, our rice industry will be always, prices in the industry always will be determined by what takes place around the world. Now last year and last crop, when we sold our rice on the world market, India had a restricted export to the world market. India, because of the amount of grain they had, they were restricted export. However, this crop, India opened export, and they dump on the world market 20 million tons of rice. Imagine that, you don't have 20 million tons last crop. Now you have 20 million tons of rice on the world market. Where do you think the price will go? The price dipped immediately. And that influenced the price. But you get some naysayers. You know, some of the old people don't join with them. I said this PPP government not do nothing for y'all, but if it was for the PPP government, many of y'all going to come out of rice now. You know that? Because we never say rice is a private business. We never come and tell you that the private business, there's a private arrangement between you and the miller. You go and deal with your matter. We always come to see how we can help. We always try to do that. But you are not help by yourself. I run race one and I have to rent the land. How much on plot a rental now? Or 400,000? Huh? Yeah, but the point is, listen how I do it now. I'm now looking at the statute. You know what the laws? And there's a formula. There's a formula in the law saying that you have to give so much bag of paddy for an acre land. I will ensure that we implement that. Right? We implement that. So all who live overseas and think they will rent their land here and collect money and free money, we have to deal with that. And all who get leases, state land leases, we'll have to give them a formula that they can't charge people, overcharge people. Because many of them are reside overseas and are rent their land here. They will rent their land in Guyana. So we'll deal with all that. I already start to work on something at the MME area. With MME, you know, they might give normal the lease account on the MME. So these are the issues we have to deal with.
The minister was at the time addressing farmers in Region 6 during meetings held at Maibikuri and the Yakosari Blackbush Polder, and at 5274 Quarantine Saturday, explaining further the land rental issue as an exorbitant production cost. Minister Mustafa said it negates significantly government's efforts to help farmers keep costs down.
The issue is that if the cost of production, if you're renting the land for so much money, and the government is making the contribution, giving you free, giving you fertilizer, giving you, trying to get chemicals reduced, because the duty and imports, right? To reduce fees when you pay to government, then you have to ensure that you don't go around with one another, plan the land. You know what we are doing now? We are doing the hope-like canals. We do 2 hope-like canals in Region 6. And almost 100 acres of new land will come up open up. Right? We have to help small farmers get those land. We have to get small farmers get those land so that they can rent the land now or get the land to themselves. That is one of the most heaviest costs, and we have to deal with it. Now, many of you are here in Region 6. Region 6, as a matter of fact, this time you have to get a price in any part of the country. Y'all get some of y'all getting $2,800 and $3,000 a bag for paddy. Right? In a situation it was as low as $2,300 a bag. But when I went, I had one of the major buyer, increased it to $2,500. So we look at the scenario, as I told you all, that we'll look at it. We are about to conclude this crop here, and you all heard about 2 days ago, the president made an announcement that every bag of paddy sold this crop, we will contribute $300. That will give, now with the amount of paddy that will is projected to harvest this crop, almost 9 million bags, that the government has to contribute $2.7 billion to give the farmers now prices. Right? So, and I will not do it how we did it the last time. I instructed GRDB not to give the millers the money anymore. Based on the number of paddy, number of bags of paddy you sold, we will pay you directly. You're getting a check from the GRDB now. Right? Because you understand the last time some people got the millers food, some people said that you don't get this grade, you don't get that grade, and the $300 price probably absorbed it them own self. Now if you sell 10 bags of paddy, you get $3,000 on me. Right? You understand what I'm saying? That will happen now. So all the farmers, GRDB will pay the money directly to the farmers.
During the Blackbush meetings, farmers raised issues regarding the failure of some contractors clearing drainage structures in the area. In responding to those concerns, Minister Mustafa stressed that there will be zero tolerance for negligence. The minister also stressed that the practice by some contractors to spray weedicides into the drainage and irrigation channels to clear weeds will be barred from future contracts. At Yakusari and 5274, the message to the farmers was the same: the importance of reducing cost of production and the commitment that government will continue to support farmers across the country, all farmers, regardless the form of agriculture they are engaged in.